Give me 5 minutes and I will delete every fear of you. Whether it be fear of failure, fear of success, or fear of trying. Because fear isn't something you remove by hiding from it. You remove it by walking straight into it. And I will prove it to you. When I went first into swimming, I had no idea how to float, how to move, and how to breathe. I just jumped straight into an open lake, even without wearing a life jacket. Guess what happened? I started drowning, panicked, and the water pulled me in. And I was rescued by the instructor. Now, most people would stop there. The mind will say, stay away from it, you almost drowned. But that day, I knew something that most people forget. If I let that fear live inside me, it will live inside me forever. So the next day I jumped again, this time with caution but also with intention. I learned one move, then two, and then five. Now I don't fear water, not because I didn't felt fear, because I felt fear and jumped anyway. Here is what you need to understand about fear. It's not a sign to stop. It's a signal that you are on the edge of growth. Think of your brain like a software. Fear is just the firewall. It pops up whenever you try to open the new version of yourself. But just like with software, you can override it with action. You update your mind by doing things you are afraid of. People think fear means don't go there. But what it actually means is that's where exactly you need to go. Also, the another type of failure that people often have is the fear of failure. What if I fail? What if it doesn't work out? What if this? What if that? You think fear of failure is something to avoid. Let me tell you something. I have failed more times than I can count. I tried an interior design business, failed. I tried to do print on demand. I tried to do affiliate marketing and many more things. They all failed, and that's just the perspective from the business side. There are also many other things that I have failed in life. But here's the thing, each failure deleted a part of ignorance in me. Each failure sharpened my focus. Each failure taught me what not to do. People forget the work works on you more than you work on it. You don't just build the business builds you. It chisels your ego, your laziness, and your excuses. And also, it builds something more in you. It builds your emotional intelligence, your capacity to tolerate stress and much more. And now talking about the another kind of fear, the fear of trying. You want to build something, you have ideas, but your hands are frozen. You scroll for motivation, binge success stories, but you don't take the shot. Let me remind you of one brutal truth. Regret will hurt you more than any failure ever could. Fear lasts minutes, but regret, it stays for decades. But once you start trying, the fear shrinks. Because action is the antidote to fear. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving despite having. But there is another kind of fear, and it's the most silent fear that no one wants to admit. The fear of success. Sounds weird, right? But it's real. Some of you are scared that if you succeed, you will lose friends. People will hate you. Expectations will rise. And so you subconsciously sabotage your own progress. You do 90% of the work and drop the ball at 10%. You almost launch things and do things and try to learn different things, but almost stop at the end saying I'm not that ready or this isn't perfect yet. That's not laziness, that's procrastination, that's fear. Fear that you're about to become someone your current identity doesn't recognize. But growth will always feel like a betrayal to your old self. You either stay loyal to your limitations or step up into your potential. In neuroscience, there is something called the amygdala. It is the part of the brain that processes fear. But here is an interesting part. It doesn't know the difference between real danger and imagined risk. So when you're afraid to launch a new product or try something new or talk to someone new, your brain reacts the same way as if any wild animal or any lion was chasing you. But there is no lion, it's just your own thoughts, your own what ifs, and you are letting them paralyze you. Now, here's what rewires the amygdala: exposure, doing the thing over and over again until your brain learns this doesn't kill me, I'm safe. So, the conclusion of all of this is that you will always face fear in your life, but the ones who change their life are the ones who walk with it. They jump, they fail, they get hurt, but they grow. And the more you walk into the fear, and the more the courage will become your default mode. So, the action step for you is that do everything that you were afraid of doing. Start that business, post that content, or try that new thing, learn that skill, or whatever you have currently in your life, just do it. Because everything you want is on the other side of the fear. And fear, it's just your future self knocking at your door saying, are you ready? That was all for today. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.